What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rasheed White. All right, so today's video, you can actually see it. Nick Wright, Colin Cowherd, they actually trashed my Brooklyn Nets. And boy, do they actually have a lot of bad things to actually say about them. And let me actually say, I'm on record to actually say that these are the two worst analysts that you can possibly think of. I mean, nobody's ever been more wrong than Colin Cowherd and especially Nick Wright. Especially Nick Wright, I really hate this dude, man. Almost with a passion, damn near. All right, so let's get into what Colin Cowherd and actually, and Nick Wright, what they actually have to say.
Simply where he won't play. I can put Simmons on the foul line in any big spot. That Brooklyn is tough with little prep. Infinitely beatable with equal rest.
I agree with that. I think that's a smart take. But they also, I will give them credit. Listen, since Kyrie came back, they're 18-3. They also.
All right, so basically what Colin Cowherd said, I mean, I think I played a little bit over it, but how they can exploit Ben Simmons from the free throw line, and there's certain matchups they can pick on Kyrie. There's other players that they can actually pick on. First of all, Ben Simmons is a matchup nightmare for opposing point guards. He's 6'11", and he has extreme handles. He can post up smaller guards. So yeah, you can actually put him on the free throw line, but he's really not that bad. I think he's 59% this year. I mean, they're in the Philadelphia 76ers. When they were in the playoffs, he actually close games out for them. Let me turn this camera off over here. Battery's dying, but I do not want to actually interrupt the flow. And you just got to deal with my voice right now, man. So each side, whoever they actually face, can pick on, target different players, target different matchups.
One game in December. I got three potential issues with Brooklyn. The first one is Kyrie's. You ever been to like a construction site and they have that little thing that the days without an incident, and every day it ticks up. It's like 46, 47. We are approaching the most Kyrie days without an incident we've had in about 6 years, which means that some bitch might be going back to zero any moment now. Like there's a chance that thing is getting reset.
All right, so Kyrie Irving is not the problem. The media is the problem. They take everything he says out of context and just totally blows it way out of proportion and causes a whole big distraction instead of ignoring things. Other players put up certain stuff, but Kyrie's the one that actually just gets the clicks. So they just, I see them do this in politics. They do this in sports. They just make a big deal out of nothing.
So everyone's like, "Oh, Kyrie's on his best behavior." And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, it's been 6 weeks, and that's good, but I'm not booking that as the norm." Okay, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
Second thing is this, and this is a good thing and a bad thing. Durant is playing some from an offensive perspective.
Yeah.
Some of the best basketball in league history right now. So I put a thing on the TV show yesterday where NBA.com will break the court down into zones, like not just quadrants, but like there's like 18 of them as far as where you take your shots from, right? And red, if the color beneath you is red, it means you're below average. If it's the color of the court, it means you are average. And if it's green, it means you're above average. On those 18 zones, Kevin Durant had 15 green, 2 beige, and 1 red. The one that was red, he has taken 2 shots from that area. I think he'll probably make the next one, it'll turn beige or green. And another one, he'd only taken 5 shots. So he is, from every scoring zone on the court, well above average. Every single one. And I was like, wait, is this true for all the great players? No, I look. Steph, it's like half of them. He has his spots. LeBron, it's like a third of them, but he's killing you at the rim. Luka, it's the, Durant is great everywhere. And he is taking tough shots. So the good thing is he's an amazing player. The bad thing is they need him to continue a level of offensive efficiency that would make prime Jordan blush as far as what he's doing in the mid-range and all of that. And the last thing is,
Yeah, I mean, to answer Nick Wright's stupid comment right there. Yes, Kevin Durant is actually going to be great, but there's other guys on the team that can actually score too. Kyrie can score. T.J. Warren can score. Um, I like Edmund Sumner. Like I said, he can break a defense down within 3-4 dribbles. He can actually get to the rim. They got scorers on the team. Ben Simmons can give you 16 to 20 something points a game if whatever the coach actually wants, he can actually give it to him. So you got scorers on this team. Yes, Kevin Durant does make tough shots, but we do got scorers on here. You saw when the Nets rested like 8 starters, 8 rotation players, the team still put up 136 points. The team can actually score if everybody just buys into their roles, and they will be just fine.
what you said, which is the Ben Simmons in the playoffs part of this, no one is talking about and no one is thinking about, but it is a major concern. I want to say one other NBA thing to you, because Giannis in his last 7 is averaging 40, and the other night at 55. And the Bucks are a game out of first place.
Yeah.
So here is why, in my opinion, Giannis and Luka have shown beyond a shadow of a doubt they are the 2 best players in the league. Giannis 1, Luka 2.
All right, that's not all right.
Every other great player in this league, either this year or in the last few years, if their second best guy isn't there, the team struggles to win half its games. LeBron lost AD. Team can't win half its games. Steph, a couple years ago, didn't have Clay. They missed the playoffs. Jokic, last year, didn't have Jamal Murray. They're the 6th seed. Durant, this year, Kyrie was going, when he was going on sabbatical, they're, whatever you want to call it, they're dead in the water. Luka, last year, didn't have a second.
It wasn't just Kyrie being out. I mean, you had damn near Joe Harris out. You mean you had, it wasn't really a great team. You had older, slower players. Let me finish this video.
Best player, whole second half of the season playoff run. It's like, okay, I'll just take us to the conference finals. Giannis hasn't had Middleton all year. He's played 7 games. 7 games he played, he didn't play well because he's still hurt. And they're a game out of first. Those 2 guys are at a different level. Our teams can be contenders even without our second best guy. And if you give me our second best guy, we'll probably win the whole damn thing. Everyone else, no matter how great they are, and I threw LeBron in there too, because he's still unbelievable, they need their full cast of characters, not to win any games, but to contend. The Bucks can contend based on the power of Giannis alone, and I think the Mavs are showing they can do that with Luka too.
Yeah, we'll see. The Dallas Mavericks is up and down. We'll actually see. And Jalen Brunson helped actually. You see, he dropped 40 points tonight. I know that they lost, but they didn't have R.J. Barrett. But that's actually besides the point. The Brooklyn Nets, they have 3 7-footers that can switch 1 through 5. And I keep saying this over here, man. It's going to be really, really, really hard to score on Brooklyn. And on the other end, you got guys like Ben Simmons, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, who are high percentage one-on-one players that you can't just double team like that because of the shooting and the floor spacing that you actually have around those 3, I'm sorry. Then you got Royce O'Neal who can actually hit threes. You got Seth Curry who can hit threes. Joe Harris who can actually hit threes. Their bench, they have guys who could start, like Joe Harris could start for almost any single team in the NBA. Seth Curry can actually start for almost, probably say 25 teams in the NBA. TJ Warren could start for about 21, 22 teams in the NBA. You can't say that about the Milwaukee Bucks. You can't say that about the Boston Celtics. Brooklyn is a really, really dangerous team. Now, he doesn't really watch the Nets like that. I watch almost every single game. And yeah, there are guys, like you said, you can target. You can target Ben Simmons and Nick Claxton for their free throw shooting. But I think Nick Claxton, you can see him. I mean, free throw shooting, a lot of it is mental. He's breathing. He's taking his time. And I think by the playoffs, I think he can get to about maybe 71, 72% from the free throw line. We'll see with Ben Simmons. I mean, like I said, the Nets have a lot of scoring. I think a lot of these games that they're in, they should be up 6, 7 points. They should be up 3, 4 possessions, especially against the top teams in the Eastern Conference, because of the type of scoring that they actually really have, man. They really have a lot of different scoring guys who can actually put a ball in the basket. You saw what TJ Warren actually did. I mean, he can hit shots. I mean, he had a clutch basket against the Miami Heat. You seen Royce O'Neal. They have a lot of size. They have a lot of length. They can switch. They can score. Man, I mean, there's an X factor on there. I should say maybe Cameron Thomas. Cameron Thomas can actually really light it up. We'll see. We'll see what actually happens right there, man. But Kevin Durant's out, and we'll have to wait to probably next year to really kind of see. Well, I'm sorry, this year. I keep thinking it's 2022. This year, and we'll actually see what will definitely happen in the next game. Kevin Durant should be back and playing, and there should be like 2 more games with Boston and the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. All right, so I'll wrap this video up. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video, and when you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.